translation. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. This is Kartik class 2024, Radha. We're discussing Krishna Karnamrita by Vilamangal Thakur with the amazing, beautiful, sweet purports and commentaries by Sri Ananta Babaji Maharaj. We're discussing verse number 12, which is describing Krishna's, the Shuk is glorifying Krishna's lotus feet, how beautiful they are, and how much happiness he wants to have by taking shelter of those feet. And anyone who takes shelter of those feet will be happy. And so we didn't finish the commentary yesterday. It was quite, let us read the translation again. Verse 12. May my mind, so he's one, attain some inexpressible, beautiful bliss by remembering Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna's lotus feet are the home of Nitya Lila and the most beautiful gopis of Braj. Krishna's lotus feet destroy the pride of a bunch of lotus flowers, and they're highly praised for their great eagerness in providing safety for the Bhagavan's humble devotees. So in other words, when we're in danger or in a fearful situation, by remembering Krishna's lotus feet, which means literally meditating on Krishna's lotus feet or having any connection with Krishna, will attain a safe and successful position. So we can't meditate on his lotus feet, we can simply chant his holy name, and his lotus feet are also there. Because Nam is equal to the form of Krishna. Vinatron Nama Nama now. That which is name and the name itself is not different. It's from Padma Puran, quoted in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Nama Chintamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta.
Vinatron Nama Nama. So, holy name is always pure and always liberated, and if we remember the holy name of Krishna, we'll be liberated from all unsafe or dangerous conditions, and liberated from repeated birth and death also. So, let's see here where we are. We didn't actually read much of the commentary yesterday. Krishna's Kaviraj is saying that what Lila Shuk is saying, that he as a Sakhi, or as a Sadhaka, either way, he or she will be happy if he sees a certain condition. So this verse indicates that he'll be happy. This is Krishna's Kaviraj's idea. That as a Sakhi, in Nitya, or even as a sadhaka, meditating Raganuga Bhakti, Lila should be happy if Radharani receives a touch of Krishna. If Radharani, if he can see or experience Radharani holding Krishna's lotus feet to her lotus feet to his chest, that will make her, if she holds him that way, she will experience inexpressible happiness. That's why he's saying that. So then he goes on to say, the Sakhis are also most happy when Radharani holds Krishna's lotus feet on close to his heart. Excuse me. Radharani is most happy when Radharani holds Krishna's lotus feet close to her heart. This is the mood of Sakhis. So this verse has a lot about the mood of Sakhis and the mood of Manjaris in the commentary. What is the mood of the Sakhis? What is Radharani's mood, first of all?
To give happiness.
To give happiness to Krishna, that's right. What's Krishna's primary mood, which we described yesterday? Primary bhav, primary activity.
To please his devotees. To please his devotees.
To please his devotees, give happiness to his devotees. So what's the mood of the Sakhis? This is your logic. If these two are equal to each other, then this one, the answer is already there for this one. So what is the mood of the Sakhis?
He's Radharani.
Yeah. Some guy's got a logical brain. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. So the mood of the Sakhis is not self-seeking, not selfish, seeking their own pleasure. Their mood is to give pleasure to Radharani. So how does one describe the character of a Sakhi? Of course, it goes without saying, Sakhis are glorious and worshipful. But a Sakhi never desires any Leela with Krishna. She only wants to bring about the union of Radha and Krishna. The service of bringing about the union of Radha and Krishna, what is that term for that? Radha Krishna Milan. The union of Radha and Krishna, meeting of Radha and Krishna, Radha Krishna, Yuga Milan, Radha Govinda Milan. It's not like Milano. Maybe Milano is where everybody meets up. Anyway, whatever. So it must be related. The service of bringing Radha and Krishna together gives the Sakhis and Manjaris 10 million times more pleasure than if they have Krishna, if they meet Krishna alone. That's inconceivable by all our experience. If one gopi brings Radharani to meet Krishna and enjoy with Krishna and enjoy Krishna and Krishna enjoys her, that service of linking together Radha and Krishna gives that Sakhi 10 million more times than if she met Krishna directly herself. So this is the characteristic of Sakhis. So hearing about this unique idea, thinking of the Sakhis and this unique bhav, it kind of gives us a jolt. It gives a jolt to our mind and heart to understand what are they and what are we, what do we feel like and what do they feel like. Because they are the role models for us. We are supposed to become Sakhi. Sakhi Bhav, Gopi Bhav. We have the Bhav, and eventually even if we have the body of a Gopi, by meditation, by revelation, by Guru Kripa, the most important thing is to have a Bhav of a Gopi, and that's why Ananta is describing the characteristic. Basically, they're selfless. They don't think about themselves at any time. Then he goes on to say, Radharani is the embodiment of a wish-fulfilling creeper of Krishna Prem. It's called Prem Kalpalata. It's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Radharani is a Prem Kalpalata. Kalpa means desire, wish, dream, aspiration. Lata means creeper. So she's a Prem Kalpalata. And the Sakhis, what are the Sakhis? The Sakhis are also part of that Premalata, creeper love, but they're like buds. Who are the buds? Buds means unopened leaf or unopened flower. Who are the buds? Manjari. Manjari means bud. And who are the flowers? Sakhis. Or flower blossoms. So he goes on to explain, this is all from Chaitanya Charitamrita he's quoting. Madhya chapter 8, verse 167, 168. He's saying, rather, Ramananda Roy is telling Lord Chaitanya, and Vishaka is telling Krishna and Radha Bhav, that these pastimes of Radha and Krishna, the leaves and blossoms feel 10 million times more pleasure than if they were watered themselves. So that means the Sakhis and Manjaris feel 10 million times more pleasure by bringing the Radharani flower together with the Madhusudan Krishna bead. The Sakhis never desire amorous union with themselves and Krishna. But even though that's the situation of their own personal mentality, their own hearts, sometimes Radharani, on her wish and through her attempts, she has them meet with Krishna. Radharani creates various situations so the Sakhis can meet and enjoy with Krishna. And it says, when Radharani does this, she gets millions of times more pleasure by linking up a Sakhi with Krishna than when she joins with Krishna herself. So this is, can't conceive of this. Radharani is in a kunja with Krishna, and she pretends to be tired. She's Sarva Shakti Mahi Radharani. Sarva Shakti means she has unlimited power, Ananta Shakti, but she's not tired. She's not tired, she never gets tired, but she's just showing mercy to her Sakhi. You know, Krishna, I'm tired. I want to be left alone. I want to rest for a while. And why don't you go visit the kunjas of other Sakhis? They'll be happy to meet you. So Radharani directly sends Krishna to go meet the other Sakhis. And this is unheard of, not inconceivable even in this world. Some girl will be with her boyfriend, say, oh, I'm tired. Why don't you go down the street and meet this my girlfriend down the street? That wouldn't happen here ever. So it's shocking, such a condition of selflessness and non-attachment and care and love for her sisters, for Sakhi. There's a description in Atthaya chapter 20 about Shikshastakam commentary, where Radharani is speaking because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Radha's Mahabhav when he speaks of Shikshastakam. So Shikshastakam is from the viewpoint of Radharani. That's why he says, I feel a moment's separation from Govinda, Govinda Virahename. The separation from Govinda is like a yuga, a million years. So the speaker of Shikshastakam, Chaitanya Marjana, is actually Radharani. So he's making a point here. In that commentary, it's not here, but I'm just remembering it. Radharani says, Radharani cites the pastime of a Brahmani and her husband. Her husband was attached to a prostitute. But the Brahmin was very poor, he couldn't afford to pay for the prostitute. So the wife of Radharani tells this whole story in the commentary of Shikshastakam on the last verse number 8, that she'll do anything. Krishna, you can break my heart by being separated from me or crush my ribs by loving embrace. The commentary on that 8th verse of Shikshastakam, Radharani is telling, he said, if my husband wants to be a prostitute, I'll go to that prostitute and beg her for a service. So she does. So she said, when I met the prostitute, she asked me what I want. I said, I want to serve you. She said, how much money do you want? So I don't want anything, I just want to serve you. So Radharani is telling, I'm willing to become a maidservant of a prostitute to serve, to collect money for my husband, to get the favor of the prostitute, so my husband can meet the prostitute. So Radharani serves the prostitute for some time. The prostitute says, what can I do for you? You're not taking any money. So Radharani says, well, my husband, Brahmin husband, he wants to have a night with you. So she said, okay, bring him over. and the husband was crippled. He couldn't walk. So the wife took the husband on her shoulders, crippled husband on her shoulders, and carried him to the prostitute's house to meet the prostitute. And when he got the wife carried the husband there, the husband understood what was going down between the wife and the prostitute and him. He started crying in repentance and sorrow and begged his wife forgiveness for his fallen mentality. And he said, let's go on, that's good, I'm good. I don't want this. He was so impressed by his submission, dedication, and surrender of his wife. But this is Radharani's commentary on Ashishya Bhava Sambanasana. So that's what he's saying here. That this is the pure love of Radharani. You can feel. So, this pure love gives immense pleasure to Krishna. So he talks about the Sakhis, now he talks about the mentality and characteristics of Manjaris. The Manjaris are Radha Sneha, which means they have extra, additional, more affection for Radharani than Krishna. They never have meeting with Krishna, basically. Some exceptions also there. Bhushan cites an example, Rupa Goswami cites an example of Mani Manjari. Mani Manjari. Beforehand, Lita Vishaka and Radharani made a plan to made a plan to set up Mani Manjari with Krishna. So, it's a long story, but basically what happened was Mani Manjari was sent out to pick flowers, and then some other Manjaris and Sakhis went out to meet her in the forest. So you're picking flowers. Right nearby here, Krishna's waiting in a kunj alone. And he sent a message, he'd like to meet you. Why don't you come meet him? And then Mani Manjari said, no, I'm busy picking flowers for Radharani's flower mall. So then these Sakhi Manjaris, I think it was Sakhis, not Manjaris. It was Sakhis, I forget what Sakhi. He said, who's the little money? Sakhi said, oh, come on, no. There's always the forest, you're always around. And we're all Sakhis here. And, Krishna, he won't tell anybody. And, it's a lot of fun to meet with Krishna. We meet with Krishna. Radharani meets with Krishna. She even sends us to meet Krishna. So now it's your lucky day. So come on, they take my hand, come with us, we'll take you, meet Krishna. She said, no, I'm sold out. So they brought her to the kunja. She got there and Krishna tried to seduce her. He said, look, lay off, man. I mean, whatever he said, I don't know. But she said, listen, I get millions of more time. I appreciate your offer for lovemaking with you. But my head is sold, my head and body are completely sold. My heart and my body are completely sold to the lotus feet of Radharani. She's my Swamini, she's my Ishri, she's my Praneshwari, she's my everything. I can give you my life, I can sacrifice my life for you, but I can't offer my body to you for a saving, because I'm dedicated to Radharani. All the Sakhis were watching, listening, going, this is a heavy Manjari, heavy Sakhi. So they went back. Sakhis went back and gave a report to Radharani. So what happened? Did Mani Manjari submit to Krishna's seduction? Said, no, she's dedicated. She's like ISKCON devotee, No, really dedicated. So they said that. But they said, we try our best to encourage her to surrender to Krishna, and Krishna tried his best, but she's totally dedicated to his service. Radharani said very nice. So, but Vishnu Chakravarti in Krishna Bhavanamrita, which was written quite later than Chaitanya Charitamrita, and also Krishna Govinda Lilamrita, he describes there that the Manjari comes in the kunja and Krishna's there. The Manjari's bringing in some seva paraphernalia, and suddenly the door of the kunja closes, and only one's left in the kunja. There's 3 people left in the kunja. One is Krishna, one is the Manjari, and third one is Kamadev, the god of love. And then said, after some time, the Manjari came out of the kunja. So this is cited as example that Manjaris do, on some circumstance, meet intimately with Krishna, according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. But the 6 Goswamis don't present this idea, as I gave an example from Rupa Manjari's Ursula Nilamani. And the general consensus in Gaudiya Sampradaya amongst acharyas is that the Manjaris are totally dedicated to Radharani. They never meet with Krishna, like Mani Manjari cited in this story. So he's saying, the Manjaris have only one desire. What is that?
Service of Radha.
To serve the lotus feet of Radharani. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Done. Even in dreams, they never dream of not serving Krishna. Just like, I forget it. You know what you're dreaming. This is the wonderful, pure mode of the Manjari. The Manjaris, by their dedication, their loyalty, and their absorption in Radharani Seva, they obtain gifts and fortunes and access that the Sakhis can't even acquire. The Manjaris are always engaged in serving Vrindavaneshwari Radharani with beta leaves and massaging her, offering water, and helping her in Avisar, which means rendezvous of love journey. Even close Sakhis like Lalita, etc., Vishaka, they cannot enter the kunja when Radha and Krishna are enjoying their confidential amorous pastime. So this is a verse from Brajvila Stava, which is Stavavali by Raghunath Das, where he's praying, I pray for the service of this Radharani. That's a long commentary on this verse number 12. I'm just trying to read certain points. One Padakarta, one Bengali poet, Chaitanya Thakur, says, he quotes this song, the beauty of Krishna's feet defeats lotus flowers. The radiance of Krishna's feet is like honey. His toes are like lotus petals. The eyes of the gopis are like bumblebees, always seeking the nectar of Krishna's feet. May my mind always be absorbed in the lotus feet of Krishna Chandra and never be separated from them. Then there's one line in the verse that says, Pranayam, that offer obeisance to those lotus feet, over respect. So he quotes, this means that the Braja Gopis, they're always paying special respect to Krishna's feet. They bow down to his feet, their hearts, but instead, they bow their hearts, their mentality, their consciousness, their heart is humbly submitted to his feet. But it's literally, figuratively, directly, they hold his feet on their breasts to show their affection, with lots of affection. In Gopi Gita, the Braja Devis, feeling separation from Krishna, are praying again and again to Krishna that he may destroy their fever of desire by enabling them to hold his lotus feet close to their hearts. He has many prayers, he quotes many shastras describing this idea of Krishna's feet. Because a verse about Krishna's feet, so naturally he cites many verses to describe how dear the feet of Krishna are to Krishna's devotees. I often see pictures of Krishna's feet. People have carvings of Krishna's feet with the marks on the feet, drawings. So even 5,000 years ago, the gopis of Vrindavan are always singing and meditating on Krishna's feet. Even today, people have pictures and paintings of Lord Chaitanya's feet, symbols on Charan China, the symbols of Chaitanya's feet, and Nitai's feet, Radharani's feet, and Krishna's feet in Chaitanya. And they meditate on them, and they pray to them. There's a famous painting, which I think is really interesting conception of the artist. It shows Radharani's feet and Krishna's feet. But the angle of the, what do you call it, the field of vision, or the composition, artist's composition of what his angle is, he's like the artist is looking on a flower, looking at, standing at the end of a flower bed and seeing Radharani and Krishna lying side by side. And all you see is her feet sticking out at the end of the bed. And the marks of Radharani's feet are painted on her feet, and marks of Krishna's feet. And the feet are like this, touching together, like this. You ever seen that painting? It's a very famous painting. You see the legs covered with sari and covered with dhoti, and kind of the backside. It's like a real interesting. You don't see, it just stops at their hips. You don't see anything above that, you know. It's all out of focus. It's really, first saw it, it's very popular in the markets for sale. Have you ever saw it? You see? Yeah, it's very popular in Vrindavan, all markets they sell it. You see? Yeah, we all see it in Vrindavan. So it really captivated when we first see it. What is this angle? Oh, I see. Like they were sleeping together after Rati came intimate Valentine, and the painter ran across it. Made a drawing, and went over a painting. There's an artist, a Rajwasi artist, lives in Govardhan. His name is Hari Om. And many of his paintings are available in Vrindavan art on the Sangha Radhakan. They buy the original oil paintings from him, and then take pictures and sell the pictures. Oil painting or watercolor. It has very different composition. You can see it. You look at paintings, they're signed Hari Om. His angle, he sees angle, like he'll show something like it's monsoon time, it's rainy season. You just see Radha and Krishna underneath a shutter. Underneath a shutter with it. They're both leaning against a tall tree with their knees up. They're sitting like Shamanam's sitting. They're sitting like that against the tree, side by side. They're covered with shutter. You just see the knees sticking up, and you see one blue foot coming out and one golden foot coming out from underneath the shutter. And that's all you see on their body. It's really interesting angle. You've seen many pictures of Hari Om. They're all over now. I met him personally. He's a really cool guy. Hariom, Gautam, artist. He has a unique style, his unique angle of singing Radha Krishna. This stuff appears on the internet all the time. Probably didn't know what it was. We have a Russian artist. What's her name? Lila Yugal? Yeah, Yugal Priya. She's quite popular. Some people buy a lot of her paintings, like my friend back there. And I have one of her original paintings in my room. She's really a great artist. I don't think her paintings were signed. There's no name on them. But her style is so unique, everybody said, who's that? So that's what happens. You become more famous by not signing your name on a book. I have one student who's going to write a book and publish it. I said, you're going to put your name on it? He said, no, I'm not going to put my name on it. I said, you're going to get more fame and more pratishtha by not putting your name on it than you put your name on it. Because when I first published a book, I had read so many books of Bengali books that no author. And I had them translated by different devotee friends of mine, because I don't know Bengali. And they're very great books of poetry. When you read it, there's a famous collection of poems called Padyavali. Who wrote that book? Well, who wrote the one that we know? Rupa Goswami. Padyavali is an anthology. And some of the best rasic poems in that book, author unknown. You look at that book, author unknown, author unknown. So when I wrote my first book, I asked some of my devotee friends who were senior Bengali Vaishnavas. I said, should I put my name on it? Because we have a tradition, the devotee Vaishnavas don't write their names on books. He said, no, you're going to get more fame and pratishtha by not putting your name on it. He said, what are you going to do with the book? You're just going to make one copy of yourself? No, I'm going to print 2,000 copies and put it in bookstores and have people buy it, you know. He said, so people are going to buy it. They're going to ask the guy at the bookstore, who wrote this book? The guy's going to tell them. And so by word of mouth, you know, something called social media. So social media, what used to be called word of mouth. You know, I told him and he told her. And then, you know, like they used to say, there's 3 ways of communicating. Old days, 50 years ago. Telex, telephone, and tell a woman. You tell a woman, you'll go around the world in 5 minutes. You use a telex, it'll take 10 minutes. You use a telephone, it'll take 5 minutes. So this is an old joke. But anyway, the idea, so the devotees, I went to several devotees. They said, that's a nice idea. I appreciate your humility. But mark my words, you got 10 times more popularity and more pratishtha and fame if you don't put your name on the book. So be humble and put your name on the book so people can criticize you. And say this book's no good, this guy doesn't have it right, he's a jerk. So if you're not putting your name on your book, it means you're proud and want more pratishtha. If you put your name on the book, then people are going to come and meet you and say, this book stinks. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't have it right. So that'll make you humble, not proud. So that's the interesting point about the Manjaris. I don't know how we got there, but we left over there. We're talking about Krishna's feet here. He gets into a long discussion about he says, the lotus feet of Krishna have the power to cool the fever of Cupid. So the gopis tightly hold Krishna's feet when they meet Krishna as they're suffering from the pangs of separation. At the end of their evening pastimes, The gopis love to massage Krishna's lotus feet in the mood of seva, mixed with friendship. The gopis badly want to experience the joy of touching Krishna's lotus feet after a whole night of enjoying together. Leela Suk has thus described Krishna's beautiful feet in a very rasa-full manner. Externally, this verse, number 12, means, may my dear Sakhi get some inexpressible joy from Krishna's lotus feet, and if I see this, I'll be filled with happiness. So, the servant is always, the true servant is always happy when the master is happy. So the Sakhis and mates and Manjaris were servants of Radharani and Krishna. When they see Radharani happy by massaging Krishna's feet, and Krishna happy by receiving that service, then the Sakhis and Manjaris become doubly happy. Now he explains what the lotus feet, first he explains what the lotus feet of Krishna mean to Radharani and gopis, what the lotus feet of Krishna mean to the Manjaris, what the lotus feet of Manjaris mean, what the lotus feet of Radharani mean to the Manjaris. Now he explains what the lotus feet of Krishna means to the devotees, the sadhakas. The devotees are like honeybees. Honeybees are always after nectar flowers, so Krishna's feet are like blue lotus flowers, full of nectar. There's that song, Aru Goswami, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vantu. What was it?
Mama manasa madhukara marpaya nijapada pankaja makarande.
Yeah, so that for the chorus of that song, Mama Manasa Madhukara. So Madhukara means honeybee, and it says that Krishna's feet are full of honey. Makarande means lotus pollen dripping from the feet of Krishna. And the mind, may my manasa, may the honeybee of my mind drink the nectar pollen from Krishna's lotus feet. That's the famous song in Stavamala, Aru Goswami. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. I worship Krishna Deva. So that's what's being told here by Ananta Babaji. Thinking and meditating on Krishna's lotus feet destroys all inauspicious qualities. We meditate on the symbols of Krishna's lotus feet. All the obstacles and hindrances on the path of bhakti will be destroyed. Does anyone give an example of some of the symbols on Krishna's feet and what they mean? Fish means what? What foot is the fish on?
Is on the left.
Whose foot is it on, first of all?
On Krishna's foot. On the left.
Krishna and Radharani.
Also Radharani, yes.
Radharani and Krishna's feet. Radharani's right foot,
And the Krishna left.
Krishna's left foot. What does it mean?
Maybe
Maybe you don't know.
the devotee cannot live without the lotus feet of, without thinking of the lotus feet of Krishna, in the same way that the fish cannot live outside the water. Maybe.
What is it?
Just as fish cannot live outside water, devotees cannot live without Krishna's lotus feet.
That's right out of the book.
Yeah, I read here.
What she said, there's a mark, a chinna, charan chinna, mark of a fish on Radharani's right foot and Krishna's left foot. And she said, just as a fish cannot live without water, a devotee cannot live without remembering Krishna's lotus feet. There's another meaning of fish.
Chanchal.
Just like the mind wanders around and it's slippery, very
Krishna's feet are
difficult to
very
catch.
gentle.
Krishna's lotus feet, meditating on
Yeah,
it.
there's a little tiny fish called minnow, M-I-N-N-O-W in English. I don't know their language. Minnow, they swim in schools. There's 100, 500 of them. They're only about this big. And they go like very fast, this way, that way, this way, that way. So the prayer is, may the fickle fish, the chancho, always skittish, fickle fish of my mind stay fixed on, can only stay fixed if it meditates on Krishna's feet. Though nothing of Krishna's feet, my mind goes, so like that. What about the lightning bolt? Lightning bolt is on whose foot?
Krishna's.
Which foot?
Right foot.
Right.
Right foot.
Right.
Right.
Right foot. What does that mean? Come on, kids.
It strikes like a thunder.
Get yourself an art chanting book. You can find out all the pictures of beings, everything. Huh?
Krishna's meditating on Krishna's lotus feet strikes on the material desires like a thunderbolt.
Yeah. There's a lightning bolt. Boom. So Indra likes to throw lightning bolts to break off mountains. This takes a little bit of imagination, so don't mind. But in old days, mountains could fly. Believe it or not, mountains could fly in the sky. What's the most famous flying mountain? You're all sitting, eating, your bellies are all sitting with full bellies, and your bellies are full of Guru Prasad. You don't know a damn thing about the guy. You put the food in front, dig me and eat it. But he's the son of Dronachal. Achal means mountain, and Drona is the guy's first name. Mr. Harry Mountain. Mr. John Achal. Achal means mountain. There's long stories in the Puranas about how Gauran came from higher planets and ended up in Vrindavan. You can read about it in your favorite Gauran Prikrama book over there. So this thunderbolt Indra throws at the mountains to stop their flying. So, what makes us fly?
Our material desires.
Yeah. We fly because of a mountain of false ego. We fly because a mountain of false ego is called the head. Sometimes people say you have a rock head. You have a rock head, stone head. So when you meditate on the thunderbolt of Krishna's feet, it destroys the false ego, which translates as the mountain of sinful reactions stored in our subconscious mind are destroyed by meditating on the thunderbolt in Krishna's right foot. Like Indra throws a thunderbolt and blows up a mountain. When you meditate on lotus feet of Krishna, it blows up the mountain of material desires. Anyway, tomorrow you'll be tested on 19 marks on Krishna's 2 feet and 19 marks on Radharani's 2 feet. So make sure you don't come to class tomorrow. To save your ego and save your embarrassment. Or I'll call in sick. I'm sick, teacher. Okay. So the epidemic broke out. No one showed up for class. Okay. He goes into a long description are the meaning of the symbols on Krishna's feet. He quotes some verses. Sri Ananta Maharaj quotes some verses about Krishna's feet from Shastra, Madhya. If a surrendered devotee prays even once and says, "Oh Krishna, I am yours," Krishna says, "I will immediately give that devotee my protection. This is my vrata, my vow. Tad vrata mama. This is my solemn promise." Then, of course, another Shastra. If a person once says, "Oh Krishna, I belong to you," Krishna Tomar, Jari Boli Ikbar, Baba, Banda Hoite, Krishna Tari Korean Par. If a person once says, "Krishna, I belong to you," Krishna then takes that person across the material ocean. Tari Korean Par. I told you the joke the other day about the pen, but because it's Kartik Maya, and Kartik Maya, Srila Prabhupada left this world, I want to tell it again, because this Bengali verb, P-A-R, par, means to carry across, to take across. So Prabhupada once met an old Bengali gentleman who was a friend of his named Gopal Chandra Ghosh. He met him in Radhamara Mandir, and I don't know when, 1970, 71, Prabhupada came to India with 40 disciples. And Prabhupada was in his desk at his room at Radhamara. He was signing some letters. He had an American pen that he got donated when he's in America. It's called Parkar. Parkar is a famous pen, and it's a good quality pen. And India makes a cheap imitation with the same name. Like for 5 rupees or something. Cost $10 or $20 in America. So Prabhupada's writing, and Mr. Ghosh hadn't seen Prabhupada for a long time before ISKCON. So he's quite impressed with Prabhupada's accomplishment. He left India in 65, came back in 71 with all these Western disciples and opulent American pen and everything. So Prabhupada was preaching to Gopal Ghosh, "So why don't you join us?" Because he knew English also. You could preach alongside, you go with me, we're going to travel around the world. And then Prabhupada said, "See this pen? See this pen?" And Ghosh said, "Yeah, that's a Videshi column, foreign pen." Prabhupada said, "Yeah, this is Parkar. With this pen, you can cross, if you join me, I'll give you one of these pens, and you can cross over the ocean of material existence with a Parkar." Because Parkar, the word par means to cross over the ocean. So it was a joke, and both the devotees laughed. Gopal Ghosh laughed, and Prabhupada laughed. And Yamuna and Gurudas and Shamasundar Malati, they didn't laugh at all. Because first of all, the conversation was totally Bengali. They didn't know Bengali. They didn't know the joke. But Prabhupada is always a very, very clever joker. So this is in this verse from Chaitanya Par, Karan Par. You go across the ocean of material existence if you once say, "Krishna, I'm yours," and take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. What time is it?
3:50.
Okay, there's a little more to purport. So he says, he quotes Gopal Goswami's commentary on verse 12 of KRISHNA KARNAMRITA. At this time, Leela Shuk, Bilamangal Thakur, his mind was full of the greatness of Krishna, because the verse is mainly the glorification of the qualities and power of Krishna's lotus feet. So greatness means Krishna, the author's mind was full of the Aishwarya of Krishna. So you see in our traditional Gaudiya Shastras and books that are supportive of Gaudiya Siddhanta, there's always a combination of Madhurya Tattva and Aishwarya Tattva. So the authors, they make it a point to go in between the one wave of Aishwarya Tattva, talking about the grandeur, the power, the greatness, the Ishvara, controlling power of Bhagavan, and then going to the sweetness. So these verses are rotating back and, or you can say swinging back and forth, sometimes very sweet and intimate, sometimes very official, and glorifying the majesty and greatness of Bhagavan. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami sees that in verse number 12. He says the author is glorifying Aishwarya, Aishwarya, Vibhuti, the great powers of Krishna, starting with his feet. He says, the author says, I want my heart to carry special love for Krishna's feet. May Krishna's feet be pleased with me and bless me so I can get more love for them. Then he quotes a verse from Padyavali, Gopal Bhatta Goswami. He says, the moment one surrenders to Krishna, Krishna's feet will give all protection to that devotee. Then he quotes Padyavali. He says, verse 12. When Gajendra prayed for Krishna's protection, who's Gajendra? He's an elephant who was a king in his last life, and he took birth as an elephant in his next life. He was the king of the elephants. I mean, elephants are considered one of the kings of the jungle. Elephants are actually the king of the jungle, but the lions are the king of the plains. If the elephant stays in the jungle, it can beat up a tiger. But if the elephant comes out of the jungle, the tiger can beat up the elephant. So it's good to stay in your element. Stay where you're protected. So he says, when Krishna heard this prayer, when Vishnu heard the prayer of Gajendra, he immediately jumped on Garuda. He said, he gave up all the formalities as a king. He jumped on Vishnu jumped on Garuda without putting on his gold gem-studded sandals. He's a king. In other words, he ran out of his palace in Vaikuntha barefoot, because he was so much eager and so much excited to protect his devotee Gajendra. He forgot to dress properly. Some Padakarta wrote a poem about this. Rupa Goswami appreciated it so much, he put it in Padyavali. All he said while he was running out of the palace, Lakshmi was looking at him, where are you going, man? Slow down. Put on your shoes, put on your crown. You're my husband, you're Vaikuntha Nath. You're the Lord of Vaikuntha. You're going barefoot like some beggar. But, I'm your wife, and I would get you embarrassed. She's more worried about that, I think. She's more worried about what people are going to say to her about her husband looking like a beggar. Your husband, no shoes, no crown? What kind of husband is that? Oh. The ladies don't like their husband to embarrass them. Like a lady's girl dressed up and going to some party. She looks at her husband, you're going like that? T-shirt, blue, I'll dress you. So she takes it back to the room and says, put this shirt on, put these pants. I'm not going out with you looking like that. So when Lakshmi says, hey, slow down, buddy, where you going? Where you going there? Just probably. She said, I can't help myself. My devotee's calling my help for my help. I have to go immediately. And then the author of this poem writes, I offer my respects to this eagerness and hastiness that Lord Hari showed to save his bhakta. So that's verse number 12 from Pajawi. You can read the Sanskrit if you want to look up later. I will. I'm not crazy. I'm curious. Because this verse is important to Rupa Goswami. It's important to Rupa Manjari. And it's important to me also. So I'll take a closer look at it and see a different translation also. So that's it. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Tomorrow we start verse number 13. We have Harinam now.